And of course, the area from z equals 0 to the middle to z equals 0, the middle is z equals 0, so you got none of the area here. Okay, so we've seen in the previous that we can make a table of z values showing the area of the curve between the middle and whatever the z value is, and this is a picture of what we're saying. Now let's just try to extend that just a little further. You have z values. Let's go with 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, and 2. What's the area between z equals 0 and z equals 0.5? Now that's going to be a shorter sliver than we had over here. Okay, here's our normal curve. It's a pretty small picture, but we're cutting this region at the halfway point. How much area do you think is between z equals 0 and z equals, but between z equals 0 and z equals 0.5, which would be right here? You should think that through. Okay, well, it should be clear that you're going to split that 34%, but you're going to have more of it between 0 and 0.5 than you are between 0 and 1. So that you're going to have to figure out how to split that 34%. What looks about right? Well, if I split it here, clearly not half and half. There's less area over here than there is over here. How do you think we ought to split that? It's not 17 and 17, which would be equal. Could it be maybe 20 and 14, 19 and 15, 31 and 3? Well, clearly it's not that. Clearly you've got more than 3% of the curve over here. So you need to figure that out. Okay? And let's I drew this in the wrong place. This would apply down here. What is that area, given that you have 34% here? Okay, you should make your own table. Okay, your values will almost certainly vary from these, although if you use the 34 and the 48, these two won't. But the split here would be 19% and 15%. I thought it might be 20 and 14. I know how to get these results. I know what the function is and so forth, but I didn't actually do that. I just went to a table. And here you got 43% up to the 1.5, meaning that the 14% here splits into 9% on this half and 5% on this half. Now it's possible to make a table where we go, let's say 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, etc., or even 0, 0.01, 0.2, 0.3. We can split this up as finely as we wish, and there are tables that give you that information. The tables we use here will depict, or will give you the values between the middle and whatever z value you list, the way this is done. Now there are other tables where they give you instead the area to the right of a given z value. So you should be warned that there are such tables, but it's usually either going to be this or this that you see in a table of z values and areas. And of course these percents will generally be expressed as decimals, 0.19, 0.34, 0.43, and so forth. And they'll have more significant figures.